Some experts have pointed the finger for terror attacks in Britain at radical Islamic preachers. Let's speak to Omar Bakri Mohammed. He is the leader of the now disbanded Al-Mujahiroon, and he's live in Beirut. It's very good to speak to you again, Mr. Omar Bakri Mohammed. Can we just ask you, first of all, is it true that you were in contact with Omar Khayyam, part of the fertilizer gang, and also with Mohammed Siddiqui Khan, one of the 7/7 bombers?
Yes, first of all, I was living in Britain for over 20 years, and I was a teacher in various places in the Muslim community, and two generations of Muslim community come across me, and I know, you know, that is Omar Khayyam family contacted me once when he was 16 years old, and they said that is Omar, he ran away from home. If you know where he is, at that time I don't know who's Omar Khayyam because he never was a member of Al-Muhajiroon. It happened that he attended one or two sessions of my lessons in the mosque locally there.
And you're really quite...
with his uncle in Pakistan.
Sorry to interrupt you. You're quite fiery lessons. I mean, you know, we've seen the videos of your worldview and of how you preach, and of course you're entitled to your view about the world.
Of course, you know,
can I just put to you that it is... Can I put to you the government's position? They accuse of people like you of using the type of language and putting forward a worldview which actually inflames the passions of people like Mohammed Siddiqui Khan, who all evidence that says did attend, and consequently you bear some responsibility for their actions.
I think we should persecute the British government because they left me, said all this for 20 years. You know, I'm not a person who was speaking something in hiding. I always, you know, distribute my leaflet, my talks, my circle. And any talks, whatever is so strong, don't take it out of context. My talks as a preacher of Islamic law, I teach about what Islam said regarding stealing. Anybody steal, cut his hand. But doesn't mean you go and cut the hand of the people who steal. That is, you know, explaining the hukum and the Islamic rules. And there is another condition to carry that hukum.
Well, so as a teacher, did say you wanted to
practice my own religion of speech, my own, you know, freedom of religion and my freedom of speech. I never ever incite anybody to carry any action. Otherwise, I was living there for 20 years. And even Muhammad Siddiq Khan, I never come across Muhammad Siddiq Khan at all. And I think to try to link between both Omar Khayyam and Muhammad Siddiq Khan, so clearly there's a hidden crusade against Islam and Muslims and against those youth in particular. If the court was really, if the people who accused to be non-Muslim, I think will be the verdict different. But the court is non-Muslim court, no Muslim judge, no Muslim prosecutors. I don't think at all they will get fair trial. You already have prerequisite, if you like, judgment, which is really against them.
Well, British people in this country are tried by British members of a jury, and that's what happened, 12 good men and true. Can you just take on this central issue that you might bear some responsibility for 7/7?
Look. Let me explain to you. A member of the jury that have been preconditioned by the media. I think it's the British government uses scare tactics against the Muslim community for years after 9/11. It's not now. So our Muslim community was peaceful community. Never happened anything, you know, there until 7/7. The 7/7, I think they should look to the cause of it, but they ignore it. I think now for certain, you see, reason they want to link between those brothers who've been arrested 2 days ago with those who've been arrested for years. And if that evidences you got for years, why you did not convict them before? It doesn't take 1 week. Why take them all these years to put them in a prison? The super class witness is just a liar, and he never was Al-Muhajiroon. None of those Crowley lot was Al-Muhajiroon member. I think this hidden crusade against Muslims.
Do you bear any responsibility for indoctrinating people involved in the 7/7? Do you bear any responsibility for inflaming passions, or do you think everything you've said has been entirely for people's peaceful purposes? For example, saying that the 7/7 bombers were in paradise now.
You see, the question of Muslims will go to paradise, you know, and will be account for his bad deed. This is a matter of religious, you see, theological studies. I don't think it is good for you and me to sit down here and discuss about what the destiny of the people who die in 9/11 or die, you see, really in London bombing. I think the best thing to say, I never ever incite people to carry any action against anybody, because I always believe Muslims who are living in Britain, living under covenant of security, not allowed for them to attack anybody. And having I said that, even the 7 lot of Crawley, there's no crime being committed, there's nobody being killed. I think to give them this, you know, penalties, I think there's something extraordinary. If they are not Muslims, I think will be the verdict different, definitely.
OK, let's take the fertiliser plot. It went through the UK courts. They were found guilty, 40 years in jail. You clearly seem to have a problem with the jury system. But let's say, for example, if the fertiliser plot, if you accepted that there was a plot, do you think it would have been justified at all for those young men to have put together a plot to try and kill people?
You see, I'm a judge as well. I don't believe, any type of theoretical discussion about involving people life, whether from those who want to carry the alleged operation or from those who are going to be the victim. I think the sensible people will say, thank to God nothing happened, but I believe the verdict, it is so extreme, and those people has been, become the victim of the conspiracy against Islam and Muslims. I think British government have its own reason to divert the attention from their own foreign policy in Iraq to talk about there is some plot internally. Tony Blair, he wants to clean his image before he leaves, the office.